Hello everyone, this is Mido. In this video we are going to see the importance of compressor placement in the signal chain. As I have seen on many videos on YouTube where people use compressors, that there is that small mistake that can affect significantly how the compressor handles the audio signal, which affects consequently the compressor output. So let me demonstrate this quickly using a loop from the logic library for the sake of having some dynamics. I'm going to choose a drum loop. I'm gonna choose a deep house genre. So for example, let's choose this one. Or yeah, this sounds good. I'm gonna drop this here. Just pressing Command and U, selecting the region, is gonna loop the region itself. So as we can see, this channel is being set at minus 3.1 dB. So it's peaking at 3.1 dB. Even if we see this loop has been processed, compressed, and everything in between. For the sake of mixing, as we are going to use it, we are going to compress it in the whole project, among the whole stems of the project. But for the sake of demonstrating this, we are going to see it by self here. I'm gonna put a compressor, and let's see how the compressor behaves. As we can see, this is being input at 0 dB. It's peaking at 0 dB, and accordingly the compressor is acting in full power, and this is resulting in a very unwanted effect that should be necessarily avoided, which is digital distortion, as it's exceeding a 0 dB. So why this is happening, even if I have this at minus 3.1, even if I take this down, look, this is acting the same way. It's causing a digital distortion because this is the compressor is acting, has nothing to do with the volume fader here. It's because this is at full power and it's being input into the compressor, and then the output of the compressor is being handled by the volume fader. So for solving this problem, we have three different methods. The first one, I'm gonna put this at 0 dB. The first one is by reducing the gain of the loop itself. So let's look at this. Let's open the compressor and look, this is being input at minus 10 dB, and accordingly the compressor is behaving in a less aggressive way and there is no digital distortion. It's a solution. However, I don't like this solution so much because it affects my original samples, and I like to keep my samples intact in the project. So the second method, I'm gonna put this again at 0 dB. The second method is by changing the input signal from the compressor itself. So I'm gonna double click over here, I'm gonna press minus 10. Let's look at this. The same result. Begin at minus 10 dB, the compressor is acting accordingly. So this is another solution. However, if I'm going to do some mixing on the fly in my project and I take the volume fader down, the compressor is acting the same way. So it's not being handled by the mixing itself. So it's not affecting the signal that I am mixing. It's this volume. I'm mixing the signal after it has been compressed. So my compressor here is for tone shaping, not for mixing purposes, which is not correct if I'm doing if I'm putting the compressor for mixing purposes. So the solution that I found is very convenient for mixing purposes is by sending a mix bus. So I'm going to choose a bus from here, and instead of the stereo output, I'm gonna choose a bus, and I'm going to move the compressor. I'm gonna put this at 0 dB. I'm going to put this at 0 dB as well, 0 decibel. and you will see here the compressor is acting at full power, causing digital distortion as we have seen before. But when I decide to do some mixing on the fly, you see here when I write the volume fader, it's affecting how the compressor is compressing my signal. As you can see here, look, it's reflecting. Even here it's barely compressing the signal. So the compressor is acting in respective of the mixing decision I'm making in the project. So guys, this is very important as it makes the difference between compressing for tone shaping or for mixing purposes. So guys, have great productions. I hope you found this was useful for you. Please, if you found this useful, please like my video, show support, and till the next one, cheers.